Hey! Today we are doing a Scarecrow, and welcome to the 31 Days of Halloween, a new tutorial every day all through October. So I'm starting off with my contacts, and I'm putting in my sclera lenses, which cover my entire eyeball, and I'll have those linked down below. Going in with Mayron Paradise paint in the color Mango, which is a nice orangey, tanny color, like very Scarecrow-ish color. I'm applying that all over my face using the Sigma buffing brush. Once you have that done, I'm going in with the white Mayron Paradise paint, and this brush by Smith, which I use it periodically throughout the entire video because I'm obsessed with it. It is like my new favorite brush of life, both in beauty and special effects, and I'll have that linked down below. But I'm just using this to highlight my cheekbones, the center of my nose, my brow bone, like all the typical highlight places. This is how I like to do special effects makeup. I like to get my mid-tone based color. In this case, it's a nice yellowy orange color. I like to do that first, and then I like to highlight and contour. Even if you're not really going to see it in the rest of the makeup, I might cover it up with various other details, but I like to see that depth. I like to put that depth back into my face because it helps me focus on placement, whether it's, like a cheekbone or the jaw or like teeth or anything like that. Like having this dimension and this depth back into my face really helps keep me focused in where I'm going to apply the other, all the other stuff, whatever that makeup may be. You know what I'm saying? You feel me? But once you have that highlight, I'm going back in with that foundation brush again, and I'm with a little bit of paint left on it, and I'm going to blend all that out. Now I'm going in with this brown face paint, also by Mayron, and I'm going to contour. And that's, just typical contour places. Just press it in and blend it up. I'm going with a nice, soft, medium contour because I know now that I'm going to go in and add depth to that later on, but right now I just want to add a little bit more depth, and then the brown really mixes in with the yellow and gets more of like a scarecrowy color and all that good stuff. So I'm doing the same thing to my body. So this is the shirt that I would wear with my costume if this was my costume. So I'm going to paint and I'm going to shadow and contour all of the areas that would be seen by everyone else. So depending on what your costume is, definitely make sure that you cover all of your visible body parts, and you can also do your hands and all that kind of stuff, just so the costume is a little more realistic. Now I'm taking these two neutral brown shades, and I'm going to enhance that cheekbone further. I'm applying it right at the base of that contour line, and I'm fading it upwards. Basically how contour, you want to visualize contour, think of it as like a cylinder, like a three-dimensional cylinder. You want it to be the darkest at the bottom, and you want it to lightly fade up. You want it to curve like a Coke can. You know what I mean? You want it to curve up, and that's what's going to give you that fake cheekbone, even if you don't have one. You know what I'm saying? And then also now contouring the nosies, giving me a little Kim K nose job, getting it going. You know how it goes. So now I'm going in with the black Mayron Paradise paint, and I'm going to start covering the eye. First, I'm just going to do a little bit of the eyelid, and then I take a step back, and I'm like, what am I doing? So I turn the brush horizontally from here, and I start to make these little spiky marks. And I don't know what this is. I like when I did this costume, this is my Halloween costume last year, and I pretty much just sat down and like rolled with it. I don't know what I was doing, but I'm using that to just start fading that eyeball upwards over the brow. So since this is a black and my eyebrows are black, this is going to cover my eyebrows. That's why I didn't focus on gluing them down or anything like that, because I knew it was going to be covered by a bunch of dark face paint. Now I'm switching to a smaller detail brush to get some really nice sharp lines and to diffuse that outwards. And we're going to do that to the top of the eye and the bottom of the eye. So I'm going to speed it up for you because this is, there's not really a trick to this. You just want to make sure that the lines are sharp. It's very easy to push too hard on the brush, and then you're going to get a bunch of like pencil shaped lines, and you're not going to get any sharp points. So do all that. Now I'm blending it out too, so it gives a nice smoky effect, and I just look dirty and scary. This obviously isn't your traditional Scarecrow. It's not like, oh my god, the cowardly lion and all that stuff. This is like a little bit more like you don't want to bump into this guy into an alley kind of Scarecrow. So I really want to get the sharp lines and the dirty and the black and all that craziness. But then doing the exact same thing on the other eye. And just speeding this up because it's the same old thing. See, I'm using that brush again by Smith brushes. I'll have those linked down below because they're becoming to my new favorites. They can do everything. But you should look like that, kind of like a superhero. And now I'm doing essentially the same technique on the nose. But what I'm not doing, which I traditionally would do, or you might traditionally see, is I'm not filling in my nose. I'm going to scratch in those lines, and I'm going to create a lot of texture and dimension because I really feel like it complements the eye. You can absolutely fill your nose completely in, but I'm just going to kind of scratch it, like stitching, kind of like, I'm just like rolling with it, it's got the vibes going. So now we're going to do the mouth. We're going to start off with a very easy zigzag shape, but what I'm doing is I'm cascading it upwards. So each line is higher than the next. Think of it as like your cell phone reception bar. So you want the highest point is really at the top of the cheekbone by the ear, and then it goes down to meet my mouth. So you want it in a nice diagonal forward line, and then doing the exact same thing on the other side of my mouth. And I'm not making these lines straight. You can see that I'm scratching, and I really want to go with the flow of the eyes and the nose and get it all kind of distressed. You know what I mean? Get it all we're all stressed up in here. And now I'm going to do the same thing with the mouth. I'm starting off with the center line in between the middle of my mouth, top and bottom lip, and then I'm going from there, and I'm just scratching in those lines, and I'm connecting it to the sides of my mouth. You feel me? Make sure to really get in that inner lip, because it's hard to see. You got to kind of like purse it out. You know, give a good Kylie face, and then get that black line in there, you know what I'm saying? I'm spending a lot of time on this clip. I didn't realize that. But it's pretty much just scratchy. And you really want to hide those lines right on the sides of the mouth so they don't look like straight lines coming right out of your mouth. But then now I'm going in over that and adding a little bit more texture and a little bit more scratch. Just to really help this flow together. It looks nice and polished. Not polished, but like finished. You know what I'm saying? My verbiage is off today. Happy Halloween, first day of October. Woo, long clip. Let's talk about life real quick. So now I'm going in with a white face paint, and I'm going to start making those stitches. And don't get it on your eyebrow like I did here. A little bit of a whoopsie whoops. But I'm just going to do some zigzag crisscross stitches and then some straight stitches. And just going to put them all over my face. You know what I mean? And watch out for those eyebrows, man. If you want, just shave off your eyebrows. Actually, don't. I mean, you can if you want to. Do you, boo. But I would not recommend. But now I'm just going to put them over the mouth, on the top of the eye, on the sides of the head, you know, anywhere they really see fit. This costume is really great because you can just do whatever you want. I mean, you follow the typical Scarecrow themes, but you don't have to, you know, do anything crazy. So now I'm going to go look for a brush because I lost it, and we're going to shade these lines. And you don't want to completely cover both stitches. You want to add about 1 to 2 lines on here just to really make these pop and really show that, you know, one of the strings of the stitch is on top of the other. Do you know what I'm saying? So just get in there and do that, and everything will be great. So now that I have my face put on, I see that my eyes and my mouth, everything is very, very black. So I wanted to shade in deeper into my collarbone and neck. So what I'm basically doing is I'm taking a black eyeshadow, I'm creating a very stark, strong line, and then I'm blending it down. So that strong line stays, but it fades underneath. So it really explodes out those collarbones, and I'm doing that to my décolletage and my neck and all that cool stuff. And then find your fancy hat. This one's a wizarding hat from Harry Potter, and I'll have that link down below where I got it. But that's it, my friends. The tutorial is complete. Definitely follow me on my social media and subscribe because I'm doing 30 more of these. I love you guys, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye, friends.